Welcome back to my Keep Up channel. Team GB's Andy Macdonald, the Eddie the Eagle of skateboarding, reminds granddads such as me that age really is just a number, writes David Jones. Would he skate into the arena on his board or be wheeled in, sitting in a bath chair? When he got down with the kids, would he ever be able to get up again? Well, if he did fall and break an arthritic bone when attempting a flip, at least he would be in the right place. He could have it set in plaster of Paris. As we awaited the entrance of Team GB's Andy Macdonald, at 51 the oldest person ever to compete in Olympic skateboarding, a sport usually associated with teenagers wearing backwards baseball caps, the jokes flew thick and fast. And by the end of the competition, during which the French crowd took the so-called rad dad to their hearts, booing the judges when they awarded him low marks and cheering as he bowed out with a lap of honor, the new Eddie the Eagle was born. It might be unfair to compare him with Eddie, the Ham Gloucestershire ski jumper whose comical ineptitude at the 1988 Winter Olympics made his name synonymous with glorious British failure. After all, old Macdonald was once a fine exponent of his craft. In a career spanning more than 3 decades, his street cred grew as he won a string of competitions, and he even performed a skateboarding demo at the White House. Yet time has clearly taken its toll, and so much about his unlikely intervention in these games yesterday smacked of the plucky but out of his depth Eddie. One didn't need to look at his date of birth on the competition start sheet, 1973, to see he was competing against skateboarders younger than his watching 18-year-old son. You just had to contrast his middle-aged physique with those of his rivals, whose t-shirts hung off their lightsome frames. And from Macdonald's first flip it was poignantly evident that the springs in his knees were going rusty. He simply couldn't leap as high as the others. He fell for the first time when practicing. A heavier crash came on the first of his 3 competition runs, after which he was inevitably eliminated. Yet you had to doff your cap to him for his bravery, and unlike Eddie, he didn't trail miles behind the field but finished 18th out of 22 competitors. He was still beaming with the joy of it all when he spoke to waiting journalists, so numerous that one would have thought he had won the gold medal. Did he think the judges might have discriminated against him on age grounds? I asked him. No, he replied graciously. He'd heard the crowd booing when his low scores came in, but skateboarding was more of an art form than a sport and marking was subjective. I was like, this is fun no matter what age you are, he grinned. This is the coolest, funnest, most inclusive thing that you can do. It's like the fountain of youth. I've been doing it since I was 12 years old. And I'm 51 and still enjoying every minute of it. Although he represents Great Britain, Macdonald has an American accent and lives in California. His ties to this country are tenuous. His father, Roderick, who emigrated to the US, was born in Luton, and he also has Scottish ancestry. Oh, and he recently discovered a 3rd cousin in Kent. Before the pandemic, he made his living as a skateboarder, but when COVID struck, events were suspended, and his sponsorship deals ended. It was then that his quest for Paris began. As he had no chance of qualifying for the US team, he obtained a British passport through his father's nationality, but only scraped the result he needed in a competition in Budapest in June. When he broke the news to his wife Rebecca, who once lived in Paris, and whom he had promised to take back there, she was thrilled. He has relished every minute of the Olympics, but as a scruffy skateboarder dude he was taken aback when he was issued with the team's smart suit, and asked why he needed one. In case the king asks you to tea, he was told. And, I said, oh. Good idea. Before he left, I asked whether we might see him in Los Angeles 4 years hence. Do they need 59-year-olds at the Olympics? He laughed, getting his maths wrong. Well, no, probably not. For one marvelous day, though, the Eddie the Eagle of skateboarding reminded granddads such as me that age really is just a number. Source: dailymail.co.uk. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you for watching.